Hi friends, I hope everyone's doing okay. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I think the number one thing that I want to advocate for from where I'm sitting is just to please stay engaged, stay thinking critically about what's going on around you. Please don't check out. There's no way for me to not frame this through the lens of what's happening. Today is the general strike, January 30th, 2026. What messages do we have about our resistance? Oh, death in reverse. When we see the death card in reverse, it means that we are set to repeat a cycle if something doesn't change. That is what's going on here in the United States. This country was founded on enslavement, and the target of that foundation changes all the time. Well, not all the time. It's usually Black and brown and indigenous people. This country was not built on sustainable things. This country was built on cruelty, and we have to break the cycles. How do we break the cycles? Some of us are feeling scared and not sure how to move forward with trust, not sure how to envision. And what message do we have for those people? Ooh, I got the Eight of Swords in reverse. When we see this card upright, it means that we're experiencing like mental traps, thought cycles and patterns of our own kind of design or things that have been passed down to us. When we see it in reverse, it means that we have found freedom from those mental cycles. I really, really believe that with seeing this violence from the government toward its people, like, we should be sparing with how much of that we take in. I want to bear witness to the heroes. I want to bear witness to what's going on. I want to make sure that we keep an eye on things, especially because on some level we are a security net for one another. We can feel helpless sometimes, but knowing like journalists are being detained, people are being killed in the street, children are being taken from their schools, like, we need to know what's going on, because if it goes unspoken about and unsaid, and if we're not paying attention, then it can just continue to happen more and more. And also I want us to be able to say these people's names and make sure that they feel at least loved and cared for in the difficulties that are being faced, whatever they may be. But at the same time, we need to know when it's time to log off, put the phone down, put the news down. Be free in the ways that you are free. Be free in your body. Be free in, the home that you've created for yourself. Understand that on a metaphysical level, we do have power. And by creating safe havens and giving ourselves the time to decompress from all of that input so that we can be genius about what we're gonna do. We can have moments of inspiration. We can be prepared. I'm talking Benicio del Toro in One Battle After Another, like having systems in place, tangible ways that we keep our communities protected, and have moments of genius when we are embodying our freedom and approaching life from a place of, I have power, I have personal power, and I have the ability to create change. I have the ability to protect my community, to keep people safe. Give yourself enough time to decompress. Give yourself enough time to process the information. This takes an emotional toll on everyone, and at this point in the game, we still have the ability to process that information to the best of our abilities. So we need to do that so that we can have moments of genius, and that we can truly organize and truly prepare ourselves and do things that are going to break cycles that have just repeated over and over again. We can study the cycles, we can learn the cycles, we can get smarter than our oppressors. Oh, we've got the King of Cups. King of Cups has power not just from his outer world, from the kingdom that he has established for himself, but also from his inner world. He has a wealth of power from both of these dimensions. The King of Cups is generous, compassionate, those watery elements completely mastered. So he knows how to have compassion, to care about his community, to care about his kingdom, but he also has full and utter wisdom and control over these things. He has foresight. This is the energy that we are stepping into and needing to embody. We're going to have to be very emotionally resilient and very capable of witnessing things and kind of moving forward, witnessing things that are really painful. We are going to need to be able to witness things that are very painful and then continue to put in the work and to keep going and to not dwell and get consumed by the water, but to control the waters, to control the compassion. And we can't just let, our hearts break and swell, we have to know how to translate that into leadership and work and compassion. And we need leaders that look like this. And it doesn't have to be on a huge level, guys. Again, doing what you can, starting conversations with your group of friends, checking in on your group of friends, making sure that we actually have conversations about what we're witnessing in the world and show compassion to one another so that we don't continue to dissociate. I think the big thing that I'm seeing here is that we need to be present. We cannot be constantly distracting and numbing ourselves from what's going on. We have to be willing to witness the cycles, get smart about the cycles, watch what's happening, think critically about what's happening, talk to your friends, and don't underestimate the power that you have. If you have an idea of something that you think could help the collective, please try to see it through, try to carry it out. We're not going to get too caught up in our thoughts. We're not going to spiral. If you realize that the way that you're framing things is not helpful to the collective, there are a million different ways that you can crash out and spiral about what's happening, but we need you to stay grounded. We need you to stay free in your own body and in your own sovereignty and in your own life. And we need you to harness the metaphysical powers that you have as a human being. And we need you to harness those emotions and be able to be a leader who has compassion, but also has resources, also has tools, also has a plan, has the emotional intelligence to be able to translate these emotions into action. It's gonna help the collective. Once again, I just want you guys to know that I'm sending you so much love. And I just wanna say that if you are one of the people who's just like fearing for your own safety day to day, or you're worried about loved ones, or like, I don't know, I'm just sending you all the love, and I hope everyone is taking really, really good care of themselves. And check on your friends, check on each other, stay in the loop. So much love.